Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's tarot party. I just love tarot parties. How about you? There's nothing more fun than gathering a few people together to share the energy, have the laughs, have some teaching about having a better life, having more pleasure in your life, certainly. And so I'm breathing life into a dream because I do love tarot parties. And so let's pretend that you are here with me now, that you have a chair gathered around. You see my decks that are here prepped, and you're with me smelling the aroma of this Palo Santo. Of course, this is a virtual tarot party. I know that. But using the imagination, I have found, has been one of the most fun things that I've done in this last year of manifesting work. So I'm just getting myself set here. And I would love to have you receive a message that is personal. I would love for you to allow your special request to float up on the smoke of this Palo Santo, that we would offer our, hmm, I guess I could say our fancy, our over the top desires, for the extra special, and just drop back down into what is really what you're wanting. What kind of change in your life would make the most profound difference for you right now? It's my intention to gather in this group people who can resonate with these readings in the collective. So, divine timing. Rhoda, oh, I'm so glad that you're here. I love your name, Rhoda. Divine timing and how perfect. I just have to grab one more thing here before we get started. Oh, I love that name. Okay, all righty. So we are going to get started. Oops, excuse me. Murphy is here behind me, and with any luck at all, he will be able to contain himself for today's readings. And excuse me, I'd like to let you know right away that, of course, I am always wanting to connect with you guys. And so starting this month, I'm changing changing a little bit about how I'm doing things. And I am open to giving everyone that wants a 5-minute reading at no charge. You can extend the reading, of course, if that's what you would like, but honestly, give me 5 minutes and two or three cards, and you will get an answer. Hello there, Ms. Vogue, or Mr. Vogue. So, yes, there's not a list. What it is at this tarot party, you're just using your imagination. I've got several chairs sitting in front of me with y'all in them, and I'm drawing cards for the energy of who's here right now. So you take your need, whatever it is that you want to know about. If you want to add it to the stream, that's okay too, but you don't need to, because Spirit, guess what? Spirit knows exactly what you're wanting to know. Today we're talking about love and romance. And I created this. I crocheted this beautiful cloth that we're using here for our readings, because this heart is it's such a sign of how loved you are. There are no accidents. If you're here right now, this is your reading. If you would like to have a private reading, all you have to do is go to the description, and it tells you exactly how to grab your free 5-minute reading. It's super easy. Okay, so I hope that some of you will take advantage of that today. So, Nettie, welcome. So glad to see you, Nettie. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take the people that are hearing me right now, and we are going to read this first set of cards in the love and romance arena. What is it for my friends? And we have celebration, acknowledge your victories. Okay, so what I'm sensing right away for you guys is the fact that sometimes when you're wanting something really major, you're really wanting for a change. You perhaps would like to be in a couple if you're single. You would like to feel more connected if you're already with someone, and it's just you're just so wishing there would be a bigger connection. That could be part of what's going on. And so Spirit is leaning on me. Oh, here we go. Spirit is leaning on me right now to have you raise your paw. Can you see the dog on the right and how the paw is raised? To raise your paw in that sense of accepting what is going on in your life right now that you feel is a victory. What sweetness is in your life right now? Okay, so here, let me draw one more card and let's see what this deck has for us. Okay, so we have the Hierophant. So it does seem that the energy here, wow, and death, the death card, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So I believe that, excuse me, there's something that's been going on for you that's been a little bit uncomfortable when it comes to your relationships. There's been a longing. It could have been that you went through a difficult breakup. Okay. So have you had a significant breakup in the last year? Another way of looking at it is how many significant breakups have you had over your lifetime? Do a little bit of an audit, okay? Because sometimes the failures from the past can interrupt our path towards love. The fears of having a broken heart once again can cause people to just quit. It's too hard to find lasting love. You look at this card and you can see how the bones of the chest, the rib cage, is on the outside. And it does feel sometimes when a relationship ends, it's as if a part of you is like cutting off your hand, right? You never expected it to end. It felt like forever, and the disappointment can be crushing. Okay. So hang on for a second. Right. So as now what's happening is that I lost my other camera, so I can't tell. Oh, there we are. I can tell if I stand up. Guys, I'm not technologically as gifted as I am as a reader. But anyway, I want to welcome, thank you guys for being here at the tarot party. And so as I go through the cards, I'm going to be giving you the reading for the collective. If you'd like to have a reading, I offer a free reading. It's 5 minutes, but you'll get a lot out of it, I promise. And you can register for a free reading in the description box, okay? But right now, this energy is all about a breakup. It's about something that has happened in the past that is separating you from love. And it looks like you might have had 4 breakups in your past, and so when this last one happened, it's tugging on the disappointments from all of these past relationships. But the Hierophant is here with that wise old owl. This is a part of you that really wants to have a partnership that lasts. You are willing to learn the lessons. Look at how the owl is teaching her a lesson, and you're ready. You're ready to say, look, I have had pain in the past, but guess what? I don't care. I'm willing to learn whatever it takes because the dream of having my own person, of having a person devoted to me, is something I'm not going to give up on. And this, I love this energy compared to this dog right here because this dog is like, I'm not giving up. And you have to acknowledge your victories. This Nine of Pentacles, this is the energy of someone who is okay being single. Okay. They're enjoying the life that they're living. They enjoy their freedom. They enjoy the growth process. Yes, they may want to include a partner, but they're willing to do the work it takes to embrace their single situation. Okay. So if you know, if you're hearing me and you feel, yes, I know for sure there's a part of me that is afraid to start a new relationship because what if it falls apart? Believe me, I know what you're going through. I've been through it myself. And when you've had a difficult relationship in the past, it can tie you up in knots and keep you from your future. Okay. So I just want to draw three more cards here. What do we need to know about this breakup? Now, if you don't have a breakup that you're dealing with, no worries. That would be, I'm going to do a second reading. I'll be reading here for quite a while. And so the next reading may be more in tune with you. But I don't know many people who haven't experienced an unfair breakup. In fact, right now, let me grab some water. My throat feels tight. When excuse me, whenever my throat gets tight, it's a sign that somebody in the listeners out there that you have a hard time speaking your truth. And it could be that when your situation ended, partly it was because you fell silent. You weren't able to speak and tell what it is that you needed. Okay. And that's very difficult to be in a relationship when that is true. So let me draw a couple of cards here. What can help us? What can facilitate? Let me move this up. Those, my dear friends, going through a breakup. Let's see what we have. Three of Wands and the World. Oh, wow. This is really, I appreciate you. If you're listening to me, I appreciate your courage. And we have the Four of Swords. Okay. So there is a movement going on right now. I feel that at the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun card. And the Sun card is the best card in the deck. It is a sign of good things coming. It's a sign of a storm being over. It's a sign of a fresh start that is coming your way. So, as you are looking at your history here, having a breakup, and a lot of times you'll say, thank goodness, I'm glad that person's gone. I'm so glad I'm not going through this anymore. It wasn't working. I needed to break up. Okay. Or even if you didn't want the breakup those many months ago, the fact is, in hindsight, you're grateful that you got through it because there's so much fruit and abundance in your future. These cards down here are all this wonderful momentum that's going on. Here we have the little figure in the tree who's been listening to the heart of the divine, really coming into a peaceful resolution of the breakup and then getting ready to get back out there. The Three of Wands, this beautiful lavender of her garment, is the color of the spiritual chakra. So it's just showing this wonderful journey through the breakup into the wisdom of learning how to let go and forgive. And then with the World card right under the Death card. The world shows us that there's the completion of a cycle, that as this healing goes forward with your breakup, it opens up a portal that you can walk through to get into your future love relationship. If you are someone who is in a difficult couple right now, And what you want is for your partner to behave better. I sense there may be somebody listening that's like, okay, I'm not broken up. I don't want to be broken up, but something is not right. Chances are you may have fears that are connected to your past relationships. So even though you're with someone, you may not trust them. You may feel uncomfortable speaking your truth. So, going through a journey of taking a look at your past loves will help you. There's no question about it. Okay. Because this card here, the Four of Swords, interesting energy with the Nine of Pentacles, because the Nine of Pentacles is the part of you that wants to explore being single. It's a part of you that wants to clarify, excuse me, clarify what it is you're wanting when you're in a couple. A lot of times we're shaped by the relationships when we were growing up, either how our parents related to one another or how an early boyfriend or girlfriend treated you. And so going through the process of releasing yourself from the mistakes of your past. Look at this Four of Swords. This is spa treatment. And yes, certainly massages and facials are great, but it's also great to take care of your inner life this way. I believe in tapping, journaling. I put together programs for my clients so that they can rest for a minute, consider what didn't work in the past. What is it that you're really wanting? Can you lay down the swords? Can you put away your hard feelings before you start something new? Okay. So, this first reading is all about acknowledging the victories that you've been through on your way to love. Very positive. It shows process though. So to me, it shows that if you're receiving this reading and you feel it resonates with you, that to make use of this next couple of months before summer comes, where you can really investigate where are you holding on to lost love. If you have a breakup from years ago that is still hurting your heart right now, you do need to do some healing work around that. Okay, I would love to help you. Remember, you can get a private reading for me from me. I am available. My calendar is in the description box. The first 5 minutes are completely free, and we will get you some direction. So here, let's take a look at our Oracle deck. And we have Take a Chance on Love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Absolutely. And I'm lining this up with this card because this is all about self love. You can't expect someone else to love you more than you love yourself. If you're holding yourself accountable and you have hard feelings about the breakup in the past, you will have a difficulty attracting a kind and gentle partner. Many of my clients, when we start working together, the first thing we do is work on letting yourself off the hook. Yes, there may have been some mistakes made, but the truth is you did the best you could at the time. So let me just grab my chakra deck here and we'll just give a little tiny bit of wisdom for you before I move on to the next card and the next situation. So what do the crystals have to tell us? Oh, that one is excited, popped right out. Let's see. And it is um, sodalite. Sodalite, the beautiful blue stone, is the color of the throat chakra. So again, as I mentioned earlier in this reading, there is something for you in the ability to speak your truth in love. Going silent is not the best way to sustain your relationship. Vulnerability. Showing vulnerability is a sign of strength. Okay. Showing vulnerability. If that word vulnerability makes you nervous, it's a sign. It's a sign that you need to learn what that means and to embrace it before you fall in love again. Okay, let me clear the cards here. Welcome, you guys who are here. I'm so glad you're with me today. Sandra, hey, Hasti, bless you. Okay, so as you are, okay, let me explain what today's readings are all about. Hi, Kusha. Welcome. And Yash, I'm so glad that you're here today. So, the personal readings, if you want to have a personal reading, you need to book it. Okay. I have my link right in the description box, 5 minutes for free. That's where I answer all the personal questions. These readings today, I'm having a tarot party, and you guys are here with me. I'm so grateful. And in my imagination, I picture chairs surrounding me where you guys are wanting to learn about how to be more attractive to other people, how you can capitalize on your own energy. How can you shine as a potential soulmate for somebody? What can you do right now today to light yourself up from the inside so that you can attract the kind of attention from the person that you want? Again, if you want a personal reading, you follow the directions in the description box. My gift to you is 5 minutes of personal attention. Okay, so take a peek at that. And now I have my wonderful dog guidance deck, which I love. And our next scenario. So this how to receive a reading is to simply hold your concern in your mind. Do you want to be loved more deeply? What is in the way? Asking Spirit, show me through this reading what is in the way. What do I need to know to find the love I'm looking for? And imagine that we're all together in my little room here, my tiny home, and we are sitting around having a tarot party, sipping our tea, enjoying each other's company. Let's see what we have. Resistance. Who, who, excuse me, what we resist persists. Okay, so look at those dogs having a tug of war. So right away, I'm sensing that somebody watching me right now, that you are in a struggle. There's definitely a tug of war going on. And honestly, my friend, I feel like this is you and you. Okay. There's a part of you that wants something from someone, but there's another part of you that's saying, I don't think this is a good idea. And if your family and friends interfere and they try to tell you what to do, that does not work. You do not want to hear what your friends are telling you. You can decide for yourself. So I'm feeling a very strong energy here, possibly a Leo, possibly a Scorpio, possibly possibly a Taurus. I'm picking up kind of this stubborn energy where you are in a battle with your own mind. It seems like there's some compromising that needs to be done, and quite frankly, you are not sure that is for you. Okay, so let's draw from my tarot deck here and let's see what we have. Who's resisting? What's it about? Oh, Five of Cups. Okay. And judgment. That's what I'm sensing, is this feeling of judgment. But I feel like, honestly, I feel this is an inner struggle. You may be struggling with a human right now, and that can be difficult. Humans are not necessarily easy, but what I'm picking up here is a sense of a battle inside yourself. It could be if this situation could be because somebody has put you into no contact, that there's a breakup that happened and the person does not want to be with you. How do we know that? Because they're choosing not to be with you. That could be part of this, and that you do feel that the resistance is between you and somebody else. But really, if somebody has closed a door to you and they don't want to be with you right now, for you to fight against that can be very draining. If the person is your divine counterpart, and I love that term, don't you? Divine counterpart, somebody who is meant to be your person. You won't have the strong resistance. That person will act differently toward you. A lot of times we have to walk away. We have to see the things that are in the past as finished because the look at how there's these two blossoms on the branch. These blossoms have fallen off. So there are things that are shed. You know how a snake sheds its skin? And animals shed fur, that in your walk to find your person, you've had to shed people and things to prepare yourself. Quite often, the first couple of relationships that you have are never meant to be forever. When you fall in love those first one, two, or three times, it's such an overflow of emotion and experience that we can lose our ability to judge fairly. And we can start to make excuses for the person. They're really not treating us right, but we don't want to be judgmental. No, we're a gentle person and we want to get along. So we try to stop ourselves from the natural judging that we do when we determine, is this person my person or not? Am I willing to accept that my person would never treat me like this? Okay, so with this Five of Cups, there's a lot of sadness about what never happened. So we definitely have this energy of loss here. And you, my dear viewer, I feel like you are holding yourself responsible, that you're judging yourself for what happened. When what I'm picking up is that this was never really a sustainable connection to start with. Okay. And so, why do I say that? Because the magician card is here. And I really like the art on this card because you're drawn right away to the figure with the hat and having that goose. I believe it's a goose. Yes, a goose or a swan. Is it a swan? I think it's a swan that's on her lap, and there's a sense of um, magical moment, like a magical moment. But then look at the bottom of the card, and we see a hand is holding up a magic hat, and in that hat is this figure. So the hand is you. Okay, the hand is you. And the universe is saying, you've been dreaming too small. The vision that you're holding in your hand is a miniature because you deserve to have a connection with someone who doesn't cause all of this resistance. Okay, let me grab a second deck here so that I can get a little bit more of a story for you. And again, if you're here for the first time, my name is Catherine, and having tarot parties is my delight, both in person and virtually. Yes, you can gather a few friends around and we can schedule a virtual tarot party for you and your friends where you can be a bit more personal and ask me personal questions. That would be my delight. But right now, we're just asking the cards to guide us and to guide our viewers into perceiving things a little bit differently. Okay. So if this is you and you definitely feel a sadness, regret, and you don't know how to let it go, or that you feel like you are being hard on yourself, and you do have a big dream about what is coming your way in love, be sure to check out my description box. I'm delighted to give 5 minutes away to the people who want to manifest love because Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't want to find their person? Okay, let's take a look at what else can we learn here? And we have the High Priestess. What strikes me already is there's a pearl inside of this conch shell, and they don't typically form pearls because that's a different kind of shell that forms the pearl. But the pearl is formed because of an irritant that a little piece of sand gets inside of a shell and then it transforms into something beautiful. So I feel so inspired for you, my friend. If you are struggling here with this tug of war internally, I believe that the universe wants you to realize that some of the pain, some of the suffering that you went through is part of what's going to build the beauty of your future. There's a Bible scripture actually that talks about beauty from ashes. And that's so true. From the ashes of a destructive past, a great beauty can grow. There's no question about it. And then here we have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, so the Five of Pentacles is what I call my PMS card, and PMS stands for poor me syndrome. That there's something, every human has it, and here we have the Elder of Swords. Okay, nice, beautiful. So the good news is that you are definitely in a process. This resistance, this tug of war that's been going on inside of you has been profound. You have swung back and forth trying to figure out how to deal with your personal situation. You have been hard on yourself, but please don't blame yourself. It's part of what goes on when you're trying to navigate love and romance. But I hope I won't offend you when I mention that you're feeling sorry for yourself or having self-pity is not helping you. It's similar energy to this, where not being able to look at the past and say, look, I did what I could. The past is now gone. I need to move forward. If you are in a no contact situation and you feel your person has turned away from you, the smartest thing that you can do is to pause for a moment and do a little bit of work. Is this person truly worthy of your time? Is this person your person? You can write down a piece of paper and write down all of their positive aspects, everything that you love about them. And then on the right side of the paper, write all of the things that don't work for you. Do you feel like that they are choosing you to be their person? Being honest about what you see will help you make an action step and step out into a new mindset. This Elder of Swords, this sword is just a sword of victory. The crow that is mindful of your thoughts, of your thinking, of your story. If you continue to tell a story about this situation, it will continue to stay alive. It'll continue to replicate. If your person is destined to be with you, they will be with you. If it's in the will of the divine for you, you will be shown what to do. But the fact that there's so much inner struggle right now, it's as if a part of you is energized by the struggle. Can you relate? Could it be that a part of you is energized with the struggle? Remember that as you listen to this and you're trying to find out what to do, the best thing to do is to take to heart what you're hearing. Getting a personal reading is super smart. It doesn't have to be from me. I mean, probably right in your town, there's people who do tarot parties. But for me personally, I want to meet you. I've got 5 minutes for you. I will draw you a couple cards and I'll answer your direct questions for 5 minutes. Okay. So give it a try. If you want to have a longer reading, that's totally okay. I can open up 30 cards for you. It just depends on how much time that you have. But if you're stuck and you're in a situation and you need advice, you do need someone to talk to, and I get that. A good friend, a pastor, you could go to counseling for a minute and just get somebody's objective ear that will give you the truth and help you know what to do. Okay, let me grab our, let's see, what do I'm going to use the chakra card, the chakra love cards here, and draw a crystal for you, my friend. No accident that you're on the call today. I always say call this because I'm talking on the phone. There's no accident that you're here. There's a pattern that can be broken. Tapping is a wonderful way to release yourself from patterns. I do have my tapping channel listed in the description box below, so you can find it there. I'd love to see you over there. And let's see, look at this beautiful pink stone. Let's see what it could be. Rhodochrosite or rose quartz. Let's see what it is. And it is the rose quartz. And it's about self-love, brother. I love the cards for this reason. Cards do all the work. You can only love others as much as you love yourself. I said that very thing, didn't I? It's impossible for someone else to love you more than you love yourself. So if you feel you have a low self-concept and the ideas that you have about who you are too judgmental, you definitely want to take care of that ASAP. Okay. And please, let me put where's my little, here is my email address. I'm just going to put it up here because it's easiest way to get a hold of me is send me an email. I'm happy to send you some resources. If you want to talk to me personally, we can arrange that. But I would be glad to answer you in an email also and give you some tapping resources right on YouTube that are available to all at no cost, and they're very effective. Okay. All right. So let me just pop up here. Take a stretch my legs. Hey, Holyfield, welcome. Hi, Asti. I know it's so easy to get overwhelmed with with the energies that are surrounding us, isn't it? And it can be very difficult to trust what your heart is saying if it seems to be sending you mixed signals. I totally get that. I used to have a bad habit of staying in relationships way beyond the expiration point. Do you know what I mean? Where everything had died and was not even fun to be in anymore. But I happened to, oh, there, okay, good. But I stay stuck there because I'm too loyal. You know, I don't want to desert them. I've attracted a couple of people in my life who had problems, and it felt good to help them until I was helping them more than I was helping myself. Okay, so we are at a tarot party here today. Thank you for coming and joining me. I love being the hostess of tarot parties, and I do them virtually. So wherever you live in the world, please feel free to contact me and gather a few friends, and we could have a tarot party on one of the chat apps. And we can get to know each other better. I would love to do that. And certainly, if you're in Tennessee, and you would like to have a tarot party, contact me. I would love to come over. There are always hostess benefits. Whoever hosts a tarot party gets a free reading and a couple of other fun things from me. But today, in this pretend tarot party, where I'm just imagining people sitting around the chairs in my little home and politely taking turns and talking about love and breakups and comparing our experiences. I mean, you're not the only person that's gone through what you're going through. And when you're in a community of people who are looking for something better, it can really make a difference. Set that up there. Okay, so now if you're here listening right now, there's no accident. Welcome. And what I'd like for you to do is to think about your whatever situation is going on for you, whatever it is that you would like to have an answer about. Sometimes you're right, Husty. It's easier said than done. When it comes to maintaining a relationship that really works, what does the universe have for you today, my friends? Let's take a look. Accountability, clean up your mess. Okay. Accountability. So here, you know what? I'm picking up the energy um that I'm picking up the energy that Murphy is hold on just a second. It's okay. Listen, he sings. Okay, let's see what deck. I'm going to go back over to this one. Okay, I'm just going to deal because I have a delivery coming. They'll be dropping it off outside and then I'll be able to get right back to the reading. So let me just draw our cards. I'm feeling like there's cheating energy here, okay? I'm sensing you maybe got cheated on or somebody cheated on you. Okay. Clean up your mess. It is a mess, isn't it? Somebody's in a situation where it's messy. You may be really torn that you want to move on, but you just can't. It hasn't gone well for you, but you just can't bring yourself to move on. So it's messy. So let me just draw. I'm just going to place the cards face down here. Buy myself some time while Murphy get his barking out of his system. No, come on in. Thank you. Okay, so we've had some cheating energy. What's that about? What's that about? Have you been cheating on? Somebody's cheated on you. Okay, all my friends that are watching right now, just let's send energy to our friends who have experienced cheating. It's no fun, is it? I'll just say the least. Okay, let me just draw our other. Oopsie, cards are falling to the floor. Clean up your mess. I just totally get that. Okay, I'm just gonna lay them all face down. Again, my voice is going on me. So what that's showing me is that the throat chakra is disrupted. It's just your voice may be raw. There may have been a lot of hollering. I'm just picking up a very messy situation. Okay, just take a look here. Okay, yeah, very messy. Okay, clean up your mess. Now, even though you may be in a situation that you have been hurt and that you may be in a situation, come on, that where it's been unfair, something's been very unfair to you, even though you didn't cause what has happened, there's a mess of unpleasant emotions that are just filling your heart, and unpleasant emotions, fear, doubt, betrayal, anger. These are normal human emotions, and they're supposed to flow, they're supposed to come and go. But sometimes when everything gets thrown at you at once, it's almost like they collect in that bucket, and all of this unpleasant feelings are causing you to kind of feel, I wanted to say feel like shit, but you know. So we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Queen of Wands upside down. Okay, I don't read reversals, so to speak, because the card does have both a negative connotation and a positive connotation. So you will get the reading for here. So there has been a lot of disappointment here. Okay. The Queen of Wands, this shows me, and again, gender doesn't matter. What it shows me is that you had a situation that you thought was sustainable, that you were there like, okay, now I've arrived. This is exactly what I've been looking for. I've been looking for exactly this kind of person. The location, everything about it fits. However, it fit until it didn't, right? It worked until it fell apart. And so because of that, with this Ace of Swords, with that just, very sharp blow that separated things. Okay, so it has been messy because this is opposing energy. One being the fire, the warmth. Yes, this is it. And then the severity of that Ace of Swords. That's just a completely linear, intellectual, cold energy. Okay, so it does show me that a fresh start was placed upon you when you didn't know it was coming, and it doesn't feel good. So where's your mess? It doesn't seem clean. It doesn't say clean up everybody else's mess. It says clean up your mess. So even though what happened wasn't fair, and in my pretend tarot party, all of the guests at the party are just put their hands are on their heart. In fact, you guys pretend you're here with me. Would you put your hand on your heart because you're just hearing the story of one of the party guests who's like, how did this happen? And all of their friends know how shocking it was because it totally wasn't fair. However, even though somebody else was at fault, the truth is we have our own mess to clean up. Okay. Breakup recovery is a real thing. I happen to do a lot of work in breakup recovery. I've had a couple of my own, but I also, through the cards and through tapping and my story strings, where I can help you create a script for a better future. It's a whole system of ideas to get you through this breakup because this energy here, the Queen of Wands, you need that fire, you need that flame to inspire you to try again. Now, this Page of Swords, interestingly, carries the same energy as the Ace. And I kind of like that it's sandwiching this creator in between. Because what seemed like a loss and what seemed wrong for you isn't wrong at all. Because what you learned through it stands you up strong to march forward. This is a card of desire to learn. And that's the heart of this Queen of Wands. She's a manifester. She gets things done, but she's also willing to clean up her own mess. What part of this can she take ownership of? Let's pull some clarity cards. And we have the Knight of Swords, White Feather. If you guys are not familiar with Reem, she's at White Feather Tarot. I love her so much. She's taught me tons, and also her readings are spot on. So take a look at White Feather, especially if you're connected with this cheating message. And we have the Fool, yay. And we have the King of Wands. You guys, you are in the right place. Okay, so here you are. You're at this tarot party. You're randomly hoping you get a word. You want to be able to speak to me. You would like for me to read cards for you personally. It's your heart's desire. But the universe is saying, wait a second. In the format we have here, you can get exactly what you want. Okay. There's a couple of oppositional, collaborative energies here that make me feel optimism for you. This new beginning is not bad news. I know part of you is heartbroken because you do not want to think this is true. You do want it to continue. But that's part of cleaning up your mess. If you were not seeing the truth of who this person is, it's time. It's time. Time's going by. If this person does not make you feel like you are their person, like this person does not look at you eye to eye and say, you are my person. I'm so glad God brought you to me. Okay. If you're not hearing that, you got to move on. These cards are clear. Okay. And then at the bottom, with the Knight of Swords, a very fast moving energy, the page and the knight are right next to each other. And if you look at her, the skirt of her garment, it's all these words, it's learning. You're learning. You're learning why this fell apart. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? What were you thinking then that allowed you to misread the signals? Maybe you're not the best at reading the room, but it's time to clean up your own part of this because it's a new beginning. So with the Fool and the King of Wands here, two very thrilling energies. Something new is coming. And I would say, as the weather gets warmer, I think here in the States, summer's coming. And I think with this next couple of months, so juicy how it's time to plant things into the soil so that new growth can come up. So by end of summer, by harvest time, you can have this in your past. And also, I have to say, let's say you have a person that wants a reconciliation. So even though the breakup is tough and trying to figure out what to do, if they came back to you, it would be brand new. You would never want to pick up exactly where it left off. That wouldn't make sense. There was a reason you fell apart. But right now, take care of your own self concept. See yourself as strong and resilient. There's a brand new start for you here when it comes to love. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands are a power couple. The fact that this card fell shows me that the universe is saying to you, don't give up. It might be that you had a tough time when you were going through all of this because a lot of mistaken beliefs and what you thought was love didn't turn out. But you're just a human being having a human experience with spiritual guidance when you choose. But there's so much that goes on in relationships that we'll never understand until you get older and you look back and you can see the ladder, the bridge of incidences, like Neville talks about. We're like, oh, yeah, when that happened, it opened a door for that to happen. And I'm glad for the path that I've chosen. Okay. I have my crystal cards here, my straw crystal. Thank you guys for being here. I am Catherine, and you have found Pattern Breaker Tarot, where I love to have virtual tarot parties. And so, thank you for being here with me today. If you'd like to have your own party, email me because I would love to tell you all about that. So, this is equilibrium. All things work best in conjunction with all things. S- Let me say that again. This is a great message. It's got all these stones: clear quartz, amethyst, lapis lazuli, jade, citrine, carnelian, and smoky quartz. Six crystals, six cards. You have, let me read it again. All things work best in conjunction with all things. And for you, my dear viewer, all things means the bad stuff that happens, the negative things that happen, the unpleasant things that happen are just as important as the delicious, warm, loving, flirty, happy parts of your love relationship. You cannot eliminate the unpleasant, but you can learn to find a way not to react. And that's what I do. What I teach people is how to stop reacting. I use tapping and a few other tools to help you do that because if you can tone down your reaction, and believe me, if I learned, you can too. You become more balanced and you are going to attract the kind of love that's sustainable. Okay, my friend? I hope that you can gather what you need out of that reading. And if you want to chat with me more, be sure to pull me aside after the party. The way you do that in pretend is you email me, and I'd be happy to touch base with you, explain how you can work with me for a few minutes at no charge. Okay, so let me take a sip. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to just step aside for a second. I'm just going to take a quick break. I'm not going anywhere, you guys. Alrighty. So, hey everybody, welcome. Oh, there's so many people here. I'm so glad to see you today. This is my first tarot party of 2025, but I plan to do many of them. And I love doing in-person and virtual tarot parties where a bunch of us be sitting around and talking and sharing what we know about finding love, sharing experiences, drawing cards, and laughing and giggling. It's a wonderful way to spend an afternoon or an evening. So me and Murphy are welcoming you to my little home. I'm so glad you're here. And in order to make it the party scene, we're doing collective readings where I'm covering scenarios, things that could happen. And then, if you want to contact me, if you'd like to have a quick reading so I can listen to you and hear what it is you're wanting to know, you'll find all the information you need in the description box. Or you can email me, make it easy as possible. So let's go forward. So, those of you who are here, I want you to think about your love situation. Think about what it is that you're wanting to know. This could be somebody in your family. Has anybody ghosted you? Are you in no contact with someone? Do you sit up at night wondering about your person and you have no idea? They could be dead or alive for all you know. It's a no contact that's heartbreaking. Let's take a look. And we have imagination. Get the big picture. Mm. So I'm sensing here a family situation. A lot of times when people struggle with love and romance, it's because there's something in the past, in their growing up years that divides them. In a funny way, it's like sometimes it's a matter of something as simple as the toilet paper, where you want to roll it so it falls to the outside, or you want to roll it so it falls to the inside. Where couples can even argue about that because the way I did it when I was a kid seems like the way that you want to have it done. Okay. And so that I use that as a silly example here. But as I look at this imagery where the dog is looking at these three different bowls, three different supplies. There's a bone, there's vegetables, and there's a bowl of kibble, and it's a rainbow themed with all the different color bubbles, and so I'm sensing here that this is could be a parent-child relationship that, it's a pause. I wouldn't be surprised if the hanged man didn't show up here. It feels like there's a pause, and it also makes me feel like somebody thinks about someone a lot and it's lonely. Like you can't, they won't answer texts, they won't answer messages, and you just miss them. You feel alone. Okay. It could be a love. It could be if this were a party, and you guys were at well, it is a party, but if you were here in my home and I would look up at this point and I would look from person to person and just kind of make contact, and I would sense the energy that's getting woken up in a person. Sometimes your eyes can start to tingle. Sometimes you can feel a buzzing in your throat or in the temples of your head when you're like, wow, I don't understand these feelings, but I definitely am missing someone. There's a someone in my life that I can't get a hold of. They may live in a different country. They just are on their own and they don't seem to be missing you. They're not contacting you. There's a siren going on outside here now. I'm just aware of it. Let me just draw our cards here. Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles, oh, it reminds me of motherly energy. And the cups are the cards of the emotions. But with the Queen of Pentacles, she's like the queen of the home. She's earthy, she's full of love for the doingness of being a mom. being a parent, being a caretaker. Okay. And so I feel that's kind of what I'm sensing here. I feel like there's no real hardship here. There's no huge problem. It looks like there's a big problem, but there doesn't. There isn't a huge problem here. There's a motherly, energy, so I'm sensing could be a mother, grandparent, it could be a father, but I feel that there's somebody here. This could be Lisa. Lisa, if you're here right now in London, you may really be resonant with this, okay? But I just feel like there's a parental figure who, never meant any harm, that they are very generous and loving, but in order for the daughter, or yeah, for in this case, I'm sensing daughter energy. In order for the daughter to be an independent adult and find the success that she really wants, and this could be a son, again, gender doesn't matter, it's just parent child, that this has been really tough because the younger of the two, they really had to make a choice, and it didn't feel fair, like, they couldn't choose between, like, I see moving to the big city here where perhaps they needed to move for their career, or they're just so busy in their career right now that they don't take time to contact you. So this feeling of being cut off, it really is in your imagination. They don't feel cut off from you. They feel grateful. They're doing okay. They're learning how to balance what it is. Let me see, what deck do I want to use here for? I'll use this one. They want to, continue to have fun. I mean, they're young, they do not look at life like you do, and you are. I mean, you're wise, you've been around the block a few times, and so, hang on a second, let me look here. So you have done all that you could to support your child. And for example, like if there was somebody who was in school right now and that they have to take a test and they have to depend on their own sense of being okay. Like you may have been the kind of mom, or you might be a student who always had someone, like in your growing up years, your parents or a grandparent cheered you on and said, "You're doing great." And if you said, "I'm so nervous, I don't know if I'm going to pass that test," and they go, "Oh, no, you're very smart, you're very wise. Of course you can pass that test." So, what you can do is you can stand in front of a mirror and you can say the very thing that you wish you heard from your mom and dad or grandparent. Okay. So you stand in front of the mirror and you say, "I'm just so nervous about that exam." And then what would a loving family member say? "Oh, it'll be okay. Everything's going to work out. Whatever happens, you're going to be fine." Okay. And so, as you are doing your best as an adult out there trying to do life without your parents telling you this or that, your parents are holding this energy of, "I wonder if they're going to get to eat. I wonder if they're okay. I wonder if they're going to be happy." Look at how the colors of all of these bubbles match the colors of the rainbow, right? So this is really a sweet and lovely energy, but somebody is feeling very cut off. So is there anything you can do to help the person that's feeling a little bit cut off here? Okay, let's pile three more cards. Let me just push these up here. Welcome to my tarot party. I'm Catherine, and we're reading cards for the collective. And so I think it'd be a good idea in my next reading, after we're finished here, I will draw one for "Is someone coming for me?" Okay. Is there someone? And Okay, so hi Vishwa, welcome. You know what, Vishwa? If you, I think we covered that in just, was it last reading, you guys? Yeah, I already did one on somebody who's cheating. And so I'm going to put timestamps in here when I'm finished. And so, yes, we did already have a reading for that. So I definitely want you to take a listen. Okay, so let's do one more here. And now we are looking at this is family love. This is somebody that has felt you could either be the parental figure here and you can feel that you're cut off from your child, your adult child, you may feel cut off. This could be that you are the younger and you're feeling like, I can't, my mom's busy, she's got her career, she seems to not care about me. There's this kind of confusion, but I'm definitely picking up that this is a love at the heart here is love that's just being misunderstood. The message to get the big picture, to view this as if there's something deeper here, okay? Because I'm a grandmother now. And so I know for sure that letting go of my kids, they're in their 40s now. And so to let them go and trust that they're doing okay on their own, it pulls at me. Notice how these leaves seem to come right out from that rainbow right there. See that? It's because the energy leaks over and I can want to know more, but it is all love. There's no ill will here. So with this Ace of Wands, notice, oh, there's this beautiful flower coming out of that book. So for both of the people in this reading, both for the older and the younger who are separated by life, you're both at a place of writing a new story, of taking your past and what you know and love of it and using it, like plowing it up and planting new seeds in there so that you can go forward into a whole new part of your life. Building good communication with your person, imagining, using your imagination to create bridges. Okay. Saying things to yourself like, even though I don't know how, I'm feeling more connected now. Simply stating that when your person reaches back or next time you have a chance to connect, you'll be saying that exact thing. I don't know how this happened. Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling much more connected now. And another one that I love to use is I'm so happy and thankful now that I'm in regular contact with my person. So you don't have to figure out how. It will happen. Like I said, if all of these pieces that I've described are true, that there is a strong loving bond between you and your children or between you and your parent, these things do work out. We come in and out of contact with our born family, just like this. And we need to allow ourselves the freedom to do our own thing while we're out there and trust that it will come together in the right timing. This hanged man, this shows that a part of your energy has been really wanting to pause. This is a relaxed dog. This is not a tense animal. Okay? There's a part of you that's more at ease than you realize. It's only a small part of your mind that's pulling you into doubt. These adults that are told in this story are really doing a good job doing life the best they know how. This Six of Swords shows me that as you lift your concern, as you lift your doubt off of this and trust the people in the story, trusting that it will work out, you are going to be drawn to a place where you can drop your anchor and live that new story. That at some point, when you come to peace with the way things are right now, you will be open and available to write a new story and anchor yourself in the next chapter of your life. When you think about it, when you were very first born, there was 6 or 7 people in your life that cared for you, mother, father, grandfathers, grandmothers, siblings, whatever. Those first 6, you had 6 humans that were around you all the time because human infants can't live without that, okay? Now, however old you are, how many of those same people are in your life today? How many of those same people do you see every day, right? Not many. But the universe has put a string of people all through your life, even today, being at this tarot party. It's the same. You're hearing my voice. You don't even know how you got here, but I'm just a human grandmother reaching across this YouTube video to give you a virtual hug and say, you know what? You've been through tough things and you'll be through more tough things, but everything works out in the end. Everything always works out one way or the other. Okay, so let's pick a crystal card. Thank you so much for being here at my tarot party. I love tarot parties. Do you? Have you ever had a virtual tarot party? They're lots of fun. Any further information, email me. And if you want to have me read a couple cards for you, super easy. Check out the description box. All you need to do is book into my calendar and we will meet on the phone or yeah, on the phone or on WhatsApp, Messenger. I use the apps for my out of the country people. Oops. And we have another multicolored gem. And this is, look at how the colors, look how they go with the cards. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? And today, that's in a way when you're in a virtual, like this is a virtual party. The only thing is I don't have it set up so that I can chat back and forth with you more than the group here. But we are all gems of a different color. And it's so cool to come together with like-hearted people that believe in the same thing. Anyway, so let's see what they are. Okay, we do have a combination balance. Got this beautiful balance card. Embrace the balance between earth and spirit. Clear quartz, rose quartz, and hematite. Yes. So the world between earth and spirit is the humanness, the material nature of your relationships, their actual physical self, what they eat, what they drink, how their habits, their personality, that's all of the earth. And then their heart and their ability to communicate love, that's in spirit or that's in energy. Okay. And so lastly, what I'm seeing here in this little pyramid, these readings kind of tend to be in pyramids, and pyramids are an important shape. You might want to look up on Google the spiritual meaning of pyramid shape. I think it would be helpful. But what I'm looking at here, I am seeing there. Okay, okay. Part of the new story is going to kind of demand that you get some new input, some new ideas about what love is. You might want to do a YouTube search, and certainly you can email me. I can give you some references just to kind of look up some information and see if your definition of a loving relationship is the same as it was 10 years ago, because it seems with this dog not being able to make a choice between three valid options, I have a feeling that if you revisit your core desires when it comes to love, you may have some shifts that are going to fit with this development of the new you going forward and writing that new chapter. Okay, so now what was I going to do next? I think what I'm sensing is looking for love. So if you are single looking for love, this reading's for you. Okay. And so if you're here looking for love, if you are not. Hey, Eric, welcome. I haven't seen you for a while. Welcome to the tarot party. I'm so glad this is my first tarot party of 2025. And I just love tarot parties. I love getting people together and giving them a little education about love and also just having some fun with the cards and see what they show and if they're resonant with you. So, hey, Fire Angel, welcome. So this next one, Vishwa, we did have a reading. I think it was the second or third, and it is about betrayal and cheating. And so I will put timestamps in here for you, and you'll be able to go back and review that reading. So now we're looking for people looking for love. Let's see, what do I do my dog deck first? My friends looking for love. How long have we been going here? Oh, 74 minutes. Gosh, it felt like 15 minutes. Okay. So glad to see some newcomers here. Thank you guys. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. If you love tarot parties as much as I do, you may want to have one for yourself. That's right. We can have a virtual tarot party where we set up a screen either on Zoom or Discord or WhatsApp, somewhere we can meet together. And I meet you and your friends, and I will read cards for you, each and every one. And it's always amazing how birds of a feather flock together and people end up with similar stories there. Also, we do, if you live in Tennessee and you want to have a tarot party, uh, email me and I will let you know how that can happen in person. Okay, looking for love. Whoever's looking for love, if you have not hit the thumbs up, go ahead, hit the thumbs up so you can join the energy. And we have choice. Get off the fence. Okay, let's take a look. Two feisty little chihuahuas. You know, the thing is, I'm a dog lover. I have a terrier, Murphy. The thing is about chihuahuas is that they can be some of the meanest dogs. And Janice, if you're watching this, I know you would laugh because, but they can be very possessive and scary almost because they look so ferocious, even though they're tiny. So choice, get off the fence. So I feel that if you're here right now, there's no accident. You're here for a reason, and so for you, what I'm sensing is that you are just not sure. There's a part of you, honest to goodness, that really isn't sure if being with someone is okay. It listen to how interesting that Murphy started to growl. So yeah, there's a part of you that's like a little it's like a little terrier. And it's like every time somebody tries to get close to you, it's like, no, I'm just not gonna let it happen. Okay, Murphy, boy. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, Murphy, good job. Good job. I know. I just closed my door here. I know, Murphy. Oops. Oh gosh, now my cards are spilling. Oh, Lordy. I'm making a mess for myself here. Hold on. Say hi to Murphy, everybody. Okay. All right, I'm back. But anyway, I think that's so funny though, because if you have a part of you that's not sure about being in a couple again, mainly is like you're like convinced, if a part of you is convinced that if you trusted somebody again, it's going to be terrible. Breakups suck. They're terrible. And so there's a part of you, this especially happens to more adults, like later life love, like over 30, 40, 50-year olds. Because when you very first fall in love, those first couple times, we're all such ninnies, we just fall hard and we want to be with the person and we would do anything to be with the person. And then we get hurt and then, boy. So now at this point, though, maybe two or three relationships in, it's like you've been hit a few different ways and you are fearful, not your whole self, because there's a part of you that would say to me, Catherine, no, you're wrong. I want a partner, I will have a partner, and I don't have any fear of the past. Or some people will say to me, that was then and this is now, and I really don't give a shit. I'm just glad to put them behind me. Now, are you sure? Or is there a part of you that's convinced that as miserable as it is, being single is safest? Make a choice. Get off the fence. This is your message, my friend. Let's draw a tarot. What is it that our friend, oopsie, what is it our friend needs to know? What our friends need to know about making this choice? And we have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Seven of Wands. This energy, this is exactly what I was feeling. This defensiveness, like, nope, holding that wand up across themselves as like, there's no way, no how you're not getting in. I'm convinced it's not safe to be in a couple. And then we have the Five of Cups. Oh, yeah. Five of Cups is my card, one of the cards that indicate PMS. You may have heard of PMS. Well, in my world, it stands for poor me syndrome. Okay, so these cards have risen to the occasion. If we were here in person, you'd want to come up and look at these cards closely because totally shows exactly what I was showing. Now remember, the gender does not matter here at all. This is about the energies, and this reading's about the energy of going forward after you've been heartbroken. Okay, this is not a reading for someone who's never had a breakup. So if you've never had one, just please stay tuned till the next reading, but this is not for you. This is a bit of cockiness here. This is somebody that in the past, that's how you felt. You come and get it. I'm here. I can handle it. Unabashed, fearless and flirty. So there's a time when attracting attention was no problem. I mean, if anything may have happened too much of the time, but you did have a situation, or maybe two or three or nine, where what it looked like is not what it seemed. It looked great and it fell apart. Okay, so if you're here and especially this would be perfect for you, Anush. This is a perfect reading for you because the reality is that this thing did not work out. Okay, and this energy could be the energy of the person that you're wondering about, or it could be of you. But there is a strong no here, a strong no. There's a strong don't even think you can make me. I am in charge of me, and this is not happening. This is a very good energy if you want to be single. Okay, so if you're manifesting singleness right now, that's what you're doing. You're very successful. You're a master manifester. Just think about that. And you can say, "No, sir, Catherine, absolutely wrong. I want a partner. Why can't I manifest a partner?" And I'm here to tell you that you are a magical, powerful manifester because you're so strong that you're manifesting the opposite of what you want. You're overcoming your desire to stay single. Okay. So if this feels hard to believe me, I get it. Exactly what I mean. I hear you. But you need to realize that if it was supposed to be happening, you would have a sign. Five of Cups, poor me. Nothing ever works out for me. Why did they leave me? What's wrong with me? I'm a good boyfriend. I'm a good girlfriend. Why did they leave? Why does everybody else get what I can't have? Okay, this is not pretty. It's not at all attractive. Nobody would want to go out with you if you think these thoughts. Look at how it looks like all that gray smoke is coming right out of her mouth. Okay, so let's take a breath here, everybody. Don't give up on me. Let's take a breath. Ah, okay, this reading right here is for people that they want a partner. They want a partner. And the little dogs on the fence are showing us you have to make a choice. You have to get off the fence. What does that mean? Let me get my other tarot deck. What does it mean, get off the fence? Get off what fence? What does it mean? Okay, so I'm getting an idea here. Okay, good. All right, so one of the things I notice is that we have two coats here. Okay, so the first clue I'm getting is something about taking off your coat. Taking, what is it? Why are my friends single when they want to be in a couple? Okay, we have the page of, oh, very interesting. Okay. All right. So I don't believe that there's an accident here. If you are with me right now and you want to find a soulmate, you want to find love, wave at me. Okay. That's my tarot channel there, Tap with Cat. But see that little face, this little smiley face in the chat window. If you're single and you want to find a partner, just wave to me. Thank you, Vishal, because this is really a positive reading here. And I want to make it personalized to you, Madi. Well, wonderful. I had such a gut feeling that there were going to be singles who were really serious about finding love. And so thank you for aligning with this because you do have a choice. Okay. It's so important as you build your love life is to start with a strong foundation. Okay. These cards are very positive. These cards are very positive. Okay, so fire angel, thank you for sharing. If what I want for you to do is to absorb this for the energetic truth that it is, because you can take this in, even though I'm calling the story about singles, because the truth is, in this energy of being too defensive or too victimy, it's like sprinkling arsenic on your pet's food. I mean, it's just kills all that romance and cuteness. So coming to grips with this in you, fire angel, this will be wonderful for you. Okay, because if you have a history of getting nervous and anxious about dating, it could very likely be because these are not dealt with yet. Okay, so there's techniques you can use with journaling and tapping. I do help people with this. So grab my email address. You can see it at the top and email me, and I'll explain because I am more than happy to spend 5 minutes at no charge and let you talk to me in person and answer a question. Okay. Take me up on it. Okay. So, why I feel so positive for you is because of this bottom row. Notice at the very top, we have that choice, and that feels out of balance without all these cards. It's floating in the midst of nowhere. But down here in the base, Page of Wands, the willingness to learn how to use your tools, use your, I call them manifesting tools, but they're basically just to help you see in your mind what's possible for you. Notice how he got the magnifying glass out there? Can you create in your own mind a simply a picture of what you want when especially like when you're dating, what do you want when it comes to your forever person? For me, what I hear a lot from my clients is they want someone to look at them and say, I'm 100% sure you're my person. Okay. And I have a heart. Oh, thank you, Natasha, for sticking your hand up. Fire Angel, I have a lot of experience in PTSD and I use tapping. Honestly, I've tapped for 20 years and I can guarantee you it's helped me step out of this defensive position. I'm still like, I can cringe, I can react quickly when I'm triggered or when I'm nervous, but I'm learning how to turn down my reactions and be able it buys me a little time so that I don't tighten up instantly. So if you haven't tried tapping, be sure to take it in. And I can relate to being on the spectrum too. We have a lot in common, my darling. Okay, so Page of Wands shows that this is a time when making a decision for yourself is going to help the rest of your life. You do need to study, make a list, um, what is it you want in a partner? How do you want to be treated? Being able to get a handle on what would be um, so. Let me just put this in there. So, Madi, thank you for that. So see, Fire Angel Tap with Cat, that's me. That's my tapping channel. And so you can go over there and I talk about it. And then you can connect with it over there and give it a try. Okay. So fire Page of Wands. There's a lot of pent up excitement here. Part of you does not want to live like this anymore. You don't want to be so careful. You want to feel more confident. You're ready to let go of the past because you know what? It was the past. Who cares? Move on, right? Being autistic, neurodiverse, being autistic, your social skills may be a little bit undeveloped. Fair? And if your social skills are undeveloped, you can feel, look at how see this so interesting, this reading, because see how the horse is filled with air? See its leaves, but it's not substantial. Do you think a horse built of leaves could hold up a person? The answer is no. So I would say for some people who are single and they really want to be with someone, that social skills being undeveloped makes you feel socially anxious, always saying the wrong thing. But the night is a powerful energy, moving very slowly. So as you figure out what is it you want, what makes your ideal partner, and then you're willing to just learn some social skills. There's a wonderful channel. It's called Charisma on Command. Okay. Charisma on Command. Somebody put charismaoncommand.com into the chat because then it'll bring it up for you? They're wonderful videos and they teach exactly how to feel more comfortable with people. It's a wonderful, wonderful channel. You'll really like it. Two of Cups is is the card of love. Okay. So when this card's showing up at the very last card of this reading, it's just showing me that you're on a path here. That when you get off the fence and you make a decision, I'm going to be single and I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be single and it's going to be great. I'm manifesting a good life for myself right now. Or if you're like, nope, I'm ready. I want a person to be my person. I want to intertwine my life with someone. I am ready. Both of those results, being happy as a single or happy as a couple, both of those choices comes from a choice that if both of those outcomes come from a choice that you can make today and just get off the fence. Okay. Okay, let's draw a crystal card for you, my friend, my single friend. Also, let's see, what else could I say? What else? I'm thinking of another channel out there, but I can't right now. It's escaping me. But like I said, if you want to ask me anything, I'm right here. Email me. I love to connect. It's why I love doing parties in person because I just love meeting the people. Right now, this is really super fun. And I have the sense that you guys are right with me and receiving from the readings, but it's different. When I do a private tarot reading, there's a lot more conversation and I can get to know you a little bit, something to consider. Okay, so let's see what your crystal is. And we have Mookite. I really love Mookite. You might want to Google that and get some info. Mookaite. Shine. You are made of stardust, so keep sparkling. You cannot make a wrong choice. Standing there not making a choice is what's making you feel so exhausted and so on edge. Once you make your choice, either choose to be single for 6 months. You're like, okay, I'm just going to focus on finding things that I enjoy doing, and I'm going to enjoy the living tar out of them for 6 months. I'm putting at rest. I'm not going to date. I'm not going to mate. I'm going to simply be my own companion. I'm going to see what I like to do and find things to do that please me, 6 months. Or say, nope, I am ready to find love. I am opening my heart today. I am not going to think about the failures of the past anymore. I'm going to do what I need to do to create that new life. And I'm starting today. But don't sit on the fence. Be honest with yourself. If you want to stay single, stay single. I'm single. I've been single. It'll be 11 years in April. Isn't that something? It's hard. I'm 72, second divorce. And it did burn me. I got burnt. And I even question my own self sometimes. And I do feel, honestly, I am convinced that I'm safer single, but I'm not sure that's wrong for me because I love my life. My friends tease me and say, "Yeah, but how do you know you wouldn't love it more if you had a partner?" And I'm like, I have to admit, I have to say to myself, you know what? They're right. And I don't want to make a decision based out of fear. But honestly, I got to live in Mexico for 4 years. I loved it so much. Rural Mexico, right next to the ocean. Not a resort area, not even close. Changed my life. I got my name mentioned in a book. The book is called Think and Grow Rich, and that's my website was mentioned in the book, manifestfaster.com. And imagine all the people that have read the book all over the world. There, my information's been set. That was out of the blue, did not see that coming. So I know for a fact that even though you're single, it doesn't rob you of life. If anything, it can be abundantly delightful because once you become coupled with somebody, you might have you have whole different issues, right? You can still have fun, but just communication and checking in, and you know, it's nice to have your person, but it's also nice to be your own person. Okay, so where are we going? What should we talk about here? Oh, yes, the star. Oh, I love that. Fire angel. I love that we have a lot in common. Thank you for coming to my party. I really appreciate you guys being at my tarot party. And like I said earlier, it's like using my imagination and seeing several chairs set up. We're all in a circle and just sharing our ideas about what we believe for ourselves in love. And if you've got somebody who's been married 35 years, they're sure going to they're sure gonna have some ideas, aren't they? And then you've got somebody who just got married last year, they're going to have some ideas. And so when you gather a group of people around like you guys are here, it gives us the chance to really create something together and something that's sustainable. I love you too, Fire Angel. Yes, the book is by Pam Grout, Grout. And yeah, she wrote another book called E Squared, and I highly recommend E Squared. It's a book of 9 energy experiments where you can try this stuff out and the power of your mind, the power of letting go of things from the past. It's a fantastic book, E Squared. I read that book and I had so many crazy things happening. No kidding. Free cruise. Somebody gave me a free cruise. I got a hot air balloon ride given to me. So many experiences after I read her book, but it couldn't just be her book because I've studied this for a long time. Oh, I love Dee. Yes, I love Dee. Do you watch White Feather? Try out White Feather Tarot Fire Angel. She knocks it out of the park for me every time. Okay, so where am I here? Oh, with after I read E Squared, I had so many wonderful things happen that I wrote an email to Pam, just like I have my email address right here. I wrote an email to Pam and I said, I just had to thank you for writing that book. Because even though I've known about these ideas for 20 years, I never saw results like this. And so she wrote back to me and she wanted to interview me. And I was like, what? And I couldn't even believe it. So she interviewed me about my experiences, and next thing I know, I'm in her book. She didn't know me, and she also did not put everybody's email addresses in, just a couple, and I was lucky enough to have that happen. So if you wanna be okay, so where am I? Let me just wind my story back. When it comes to love, I believe what you want, you will manifest. I believe that if you're single right now or in an unhappy relationship, that there's a part of you who can be adjusted, not changing your personality, or you get to be yourself, but you can think about your situation in a different way. And when you do, honestly, I believe with all my heart, you get guided to the right teachers, the right books, and the right ideas to make it sustainable. Okay. So, right now, oh, okay. I feel extremely strong message right now that this next reading is going to be about source, God, the divine, and the divine's love for you. Okay? So we're going to close out then because I've been here a while. Look at this beautiful card. Okay. So remember, this is as if God has sent a messenger, an angel, truly, to use these cards and to try to help you understand how much you are loved by the divine. So, the very first card here is so powerful to me because right away, those people who are drawn to my readings, and you share so many of the same. I went to school actually with Chris Reck, Minnow Pond. I was in the first group of people that went through his tarot training a couple years ago. But we are all taught that we need to be grateful, right? And if you're taking any kind of manifesting course or you're working on being able to ramp up your success, everyone will tell you you've got to be in gratitude, right? Be thankful for what you already have so that there's room for more, right? But remember, that's not what this reading is about. This reading is about this is God's feeling about you. Yes, you. Put your hand on your chest, take a breath. Yes. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever wondered? Have you ever heard that before? Why would the divine be grateful for me? So say it out loud to yourself. That's the nice thing about a virtual tarot party because nobody can hear you. Say it out loud to yourself. God is thankful for me. That's got me curious. Aren't you curious? I am very curious. Let's grab these cards. God is thankful for me. What do we need to see? How can the cards help us see? What is the message that the divine is broadcasting? How do we tune in? Oh, that's Murphy. If you're new here, okay, Ace of Cups, Murphy, shh, Judgment. Stop. Shh, 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 shh. Nope, stop. And the Nine of Wands. Okay. Okay. This is so nice. Okay. No, I apologize. I apologize, you guys. Okay. I really feel drawn to pull all the cards before I give the interpretation here. Vishma, I already did a reading for that issue. So I did a reading for everyone who is having difficulty with a relationship. Okay. At this party today, we're just doing categories of readings. I think it will be helpful. Vishwa, I think it would be helpful for you to hear how much the divine loves you, how much God loves you. So listen to this reading first, and then I will put timestamps so that you can go back and listen to the reading about a troubled relationship. Okay. Okay. All right. So Vishwa is having some sound trouble. Is there anybody else that's having sound trouble? Let me know. So we have the Three of Swords. Look at that. Heartbreak. Wow. Hey, Murphy, stop. Stop, please. And we have 10 of Wands. And we have the Moon. Okay. So why would Source be thankful for you? Why would the universe be thankful for you? So, did you ever think that God really needs humans? Because there's nothing, well, there's not many things better than a hug to make you feel connected, right? With real life arms and be able to have someone squeeze you tight, right? Also, if you need some food, it's usually another human who brings that food to you, right? So people are needed. Then some people are out for no good, right? Some people do not, some people do not act right, or they overreact. Okay, think about that word for a second. Overreact. How many times are we hurt because somebody overreacts to us and they had a bad day? So when you made that mistake and they flew off the handle, it was terrible. They should not have done it. They overreacted. Being able to learn how to control your reactions, and believe me, it's possible because I learned how. Tapping, journaling. I have something called Story Strings, and they're a brand new service that I offer where I offer, it's almost like having a personal script written for you that will show you a different version of what's possible for you. None of that would have happened if I didn't get over some of the life circumstances that were so very painful in my growing up years. And I have 2 divorces behind me. Neither one of them did I ever anticipate when I was 12 or 13 years old. Never did I think that I would end up, with what I ended up with now. Um, you have no way of being prepared. But this idea of how the universe does look at what we're doing and is willing to be involved, to be partnered with us so that we can have the fullest experience of what we were created to be. You know, like there's things when you do those things, like reading these cards, so fun for me. I just dive in, I look at the beautiful art, and I can't wait to tell the story that pops into my mind. Or when I'm writing, for example, so fun. And to be able to create ideas that help other people is like a full-hearted moment where I really know that I feel grateful that I've gotten through it all for sure. But I never, until this day to today, I really never thought of how the universe might be thankful for me. And so for the closing message for today, I think this is ideal. Okay. Because so many times we feel insignificant or disconnected from God, or the fact, could God really care for us that much? So what I want to do here is I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to choose this little heart. And then, hold on a second, I have to go back to where I was. And so that's my tapping channel. So if you want to tap with me, all you have to do is just, you can go over to that channel, but tap in that little heart if you agree with me that you're open to receiving the fact that the universe loves you, that you're open to receive the idea that the universe is grateful for you. That if the universe had a mirror, it would look in the mirror and it would say, I'm so grateful for that Catherine. She's a wonderful human. She's out there living as if she is fully equipped. She's out there living in a sense of abundance. She's walking around thankful for the smallest things. I'm so grateful she's chosen to live her life like that. Okay. So now, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a beautiful card to get in a love reading. It's so cool because I think that if Spirit could speak, what Spirit would say is, I want to get to know you. I want to get to know you. So many times we're all worried about doing the right thing for God and making sure that we don't make a mistake, right? And the reality is that God is source, universe, the divine has one simple desire to get to know you really and truly inside and out. It's a good a habit to get a journal out, start journaling and write as if you're writing right to God. Thank you for being thankful for me. And just write down your thoughts. What do you want God to know about you right now? Imagine it's the beginning of a new friendship. Okay. So, judgment. We are harder on ourselves than other people are on us. when you're when you go through a hard time, sometimes you can blame yourself. I should have known better, and how could I have let that happen? Why? And get very sour on our own self. And so the universe is here to say, cut that out. Nobody's perfect. We know you have your burdens. The universe can see what we're dealing with, all our problems and the things that we're carrying. But blaming ourselves for things that don't are not our fault is not helping us at all. So if you catch yourself being upset or angry with yourself, simply say, even up until now, I love up until now. I love that phrase. Up until now, I've been very hard on myself, but starting today, I'm going to give myself some grace. Up until now, I've been meaner to myself than than I am to my enemies. And starting today, I'm going to stop doing that. Even though I've always been hard on myself, the truth is that today I can make a new choice. Okay. So do some doctoring of blaming yourself because that's not a good idea. Okay. So, Three of Swords, the universe is saying, okay, so what do I, hi, Ria. Hi, Suflam. Welcome. All you need to do is listen along. This reading is for you, Ria. The divine, the source is reaching through these cards to speak to you. So listen carefully and you'll hear it. Okay. The source, universe, the divine, whatever is your name of for God, they have seen the pain that you've been in. So whatever your situation is right now, heartbreak, loneliness, any kind of need that you're having that's making your heart ache, God knows. Okay. And the divine sees the value of the burden that you're carrying. Those flowers are beautiful, aren't they? She reaches for another, even though she's got such a burden on her back. The divine is so thankful for your help here on the planet, help carrying the hurting people. The divine sees how much you give of yourself and is thankful that you're just stay true to what you know is right. So grateful that you are a person that other people see as someone that can help them. And then we have this moon card, and the moon is, first of all, it's just a beautiful card, and it shows this walking alone. Okay, so if you look at this look at there's no burdens, right? There's no bundle on this figure's back. Make sure you can see that. So the divine's message is pretty clear here. Spirit would want you to know that you are not designed to carry all of that. That wasn't your divine mission, not to carry it, but to what would be a good word? Oh, to lift it off of the other person. It's really that's helpful. So when you meet somebody that needs something, you can relieve them by your ideas, by your love. But what you need to do is find a way to detach from them then. It's probably why you're feeling a little overwhelmed right now because you're doing something that you don't need to. She has gotten rid of all of them. Where are they? Where are the burdens? They're gone, right? And she's walking into the night. So it is confusing a little bit because she's so used to carrying all of that. So the universe in our last message today is just so proud of you. You have been really doing as best you could. Yes, you've been lonely. Yes, you've had some needs that have been unmet. Yes, some people have left you, and you have a tendency to carry the pain of other people instead of relieving them of it, relieving the pressure, and then letting it go. So, what I feel is the message, and I can really certainly understand this for myself, is to do a cleanse. I mean, you could certainly do it once a week, but maybe even once a day where you can write down on a piece of paper all of the problems you're carrying. For example, with Ria is having difficulty with someone, right? And she's carrying a huge burden. This person's on her mind 24/7. Ria has already probably asked five other tarot readers what they think about the boyfriend situation because all of the burdens of carrying that pressure. And God wants you to know that getting right with God is the first way, getting straight with your creator. What are you doing? How are you doing it? Do you have an ongoing relationship with spirit? Because if you don't, that's something you can do while you're waiting for the boyfriend to decide what in the world he's going to do. So, the best medicine, get out a piece of paper when you think of it or when you feel like you're worried, or let's say the boyfriend comes to your mind, and you get out a piece of paper and you write down all the problems that you can think of. It could be about any topic. You just make it, you can make it like this octopus where you draw the body of the octopus and draw all the arms coming out and just write down everything that's bothering you. The food is too expensive and my boyfriend won't call me. And you look at all these flowers. You just keep writing down on the list and empty it because you do collect burdens. People, you help people. But you're not supposed to carry the burdens. You're supposed to relieve the pressure of our community. Like I can relieve the pressure for you today, hopefully, with some of the words on these cards, and you can feel uplifted. But it's not my job to carry your problem with me, your boyfriend, or whatever it is that's troubling you, because spirit is enough. Okay. So put your hand on your heart, take a breath, and just say to yourself, Spirit really loves me. Spirit loves to guide me. It's the truth. Your spirit wants you to be happier than you want you to be happier. Because why waste the time that you're here on the planet unless you're doing things that bring pleasure? Murphy, my darling, do you want to go for a walk? Yes. Want to go for a walk? We're going to go for a walk when we're done. Still need my winter coat here in Tennessee. It's not quite. It's 3:47. Michelle, oh my goodness, you're up with me in the middle of the night. Okay, let me draw a crystal card for from the universe to us. That was perfect finish to these readings. So I do need to take Murphy out. So I will, and when I come back, I will put timestamps so you can go back and check it out. Okay, and here is your rhodonite. Ooh, that's pretty. Love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. Okay, so how do you express your love to God, to spirit? And how does so it's a flip because we can say, well, I know God loves me because I'm so blessed. I mean, I have a beautiful home. I have friends that love me. I get to live close to my family. I have a wonderful dog who is the most fun companion ever. I have neighbors where I can walk over to somebody's house to have a visit. I don't even have to drive. I have fantastic clients from all over the world. I have clothes that keep me warm. I have fingernail clippers to clip my fingernails. I mean, you can go through and make a list of everything that's going right with your life, and you'll be shocked at how many there are. And that's how I believe God expresses love to me by giving me all this wonderful life that I have. And what can I do to express my love to God? So for you that you guys are looking for partners, I love you. God love you. I've had two husbands and that's too many. No, I'm just teasing. No, I really did like being married some of the time. And part of it's because I didn't speak my truth. I did not know how to express myself authentically, for sure. I did not. I was nervous and I presented my personality in a what's that word? For the museums and stuff when they can't think of the word I'm thinking of. Where they just make sure they curate, exactly. I had a curated version of myself where I just felt I just tried like a chameleon, I just tried to fit in with everyone. Okay. And so right now, what I know to be true is that you will have a hard time finding lasting love if you're careful about how you're received. Okay. And so right now, whenever somebody's asking me about a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that's not with them anymore for some reason. I always say, point the spotlight back at yourself. How can you be the best soulmate possible? What can you do in your life choices that make you more appealing, more attractive? Not to, because if that person is supposed to be your partner, they will come. There's a magnetism for that. But if you just think that they're the right person for you, it's so difficult. And so I always gear single people that come to me for readings and stuff. We always give the reading is always about how can you be kinder to yourself? How can you speak about yourself more kindly? And we get into what is it that you want from a soulmate? And just make sure that your current person answers all of that. Okay. So, welcome. Thank you for coming to my party. I loved having you here. It made my day. Murphy and I are going to go out and have a wonderful walk, enjoy our time together, and I will be back with another party very soon. If you would like to have your own tarot party, I highly recommend it. We have a lot of fun and it gets way more personal where everyone gets cards and I get to chat with each and every one of you. And so if that's something that sounds fun to you, simply email me and let me know, or you can schedule a time on my calendar in the description box below. And I do parties both virtually and in person here in Tennessee. If you're in between Nashville and Memphis, so am I. And so if you'd like to have a tarot party, let me know and we can set that up. Have a beautiful day, my friends. And thanks again for coming to my party.